Hey everyone, I'm going to do something other than a tumbler today. So I am going to try this new mold out I got. I got this from Pouring Your Heart Out, Julie Cuts. You should really check out her channel. She is awesome. She does everything almost perfectly and she makes really, really high quality molds. This is where I got this mold from. And she sells her molds on eBay. I think that's where I got it. So you should check her out and check out her videos. This is the first one that I received from her so far. So this is the crushed velvet coaster mold. And I am going to be doing the chameleon powders. I'm going to be doing the olive. This is by Let's Resin, the galaxy, and I'm going to do the teal and the champagne. Oh, sorry, I'm out of focus. The teal and the champagne. So we're just going to paint these on with a dry brush, one in each opening. And the idea is we'll get a good coverage, obviously, and then we're going to fill these with black resin to bring these colors out really, really well. And she made this mold to where you don't have to guess or have any skill at all to do the top coat. So it's got a lip right here, right around this edge. There's a lip inside, which I guess I will paint and see what happens. So that lip, when you unmold these, will give you that little area where we're going to put some clear resin on. Well, generally, I do top coat all of mine, but this will be nice to see how it works without having to worry about it spilling over. I've been doing this for a little while. I don't generally spill over, but I think this is a nice cheat that I won't have to be too careful. So that went on super nice. And that one, I don't know if you can see it in the camera. It's going from like white to gold. So we'll see how that looks when it's done. This one is the Galaxy. So I'm just going to wipe this off on my cloth a little bit. I don't think it's necessary to wash it between. Now, I know, I mean, I've done these before. I haven't done it on this particular mold. Like I said, this is the first time using it. I got it a couple months ago and I just haven't had time to try it. So I'm going to try it today. But I do know from past experience that if you leave a lot of, see all this powder inside, if you don't get most of it out, it will float to the back of your coaster. And you don't really want it floating. I mean, it's not bad, it's the back of the coaster, but still, if you don't have to have it there, I wouldn't do it. Just try to spread it out as much as you can. I'm going to go along these edges just to see what happens. It should be okay. I don't see why it wouldn't be okay. It should go all the way up in there. So everything that resin is touching, it's going to peel this off with it, if you know what I mean by it'll stick to it, so it won't leave anything on these. I'm just going to get it all up in there. I have tried these before I bought this coaster set. I've tried it on my own with the plastic saran wrap method, and that was a nightmare. That's why I bought these, because that plastic kept getting stuck in there. This one is going to be the teal. And again, I'll just wipe that off. Oh, that's going to be a pretty one. I love blue. I do a lot of blue stuff. I live in Southwest Florida, so most people want beach themed things. So I do use a lot of blue here. This is pretty though. I love these colors. When I did make my own without this mold, they did sell. So I can imagine now that I have a professional mold with no hassle with the plastic on the inside, it should be a lot nicer. And they probably will sell a lot faster because they're going to look really, really nice. I'm just trying to get it down in those edges where that little lip is. And again, I'm trying to get all that out. That looks so pretty. This one, I don't know if you could see it, going from greenish to bluish. These came as a set, um, so there were more in this set. These are just the ones I chose for these four. And this one is called the Champagne. And I don't see it making any difference that I don't wash my brush between, so I'm not getting any blue in it or anything. I do have a new channel. I've been doing this for a little while, but I haven't done any tutorials, so I would love it if you guys would subscribe to help my channel out and get it going. That way I will want to do more tutorials for everyone. I know I love watching everybody's tutorials. I've watched them so many times. You guys all taught me how to do this. Of course, it's trial and error, but I do go back and watch them to see what I did wrong. Hopefully these will come out perfect and I won't do anything wrong this time. This is going to be a nice pretty color. I don't see too much extra dust that will float on the backs. And again, you're going to want to fill this with the black resin. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to wipe around the edges with a little bit of alcohol. Just to try to keep the dust down. I have 99% alcohol. I don't think it matters if you do 99 or 91. Just try to keep it clean. And you can fast forward this, or maybe I'll fast forward this for you. I know it gets boring watching people clean up, but I don't want any of this to get in to the black when we pour the black. That looks pretty good. All right, guys. I'm going to go mix up some resin and I will be right back. I just want to give you a little close up before we pour in the black resin. So these are the colors that we painted on. I know I wish I had a camera stand that can go kind of above my head, but I don't have one. So I'm going to mix up about probably 8 ounces, I think. I'm going to try 8 ounces, 2 ounces for each coaster. I should have measured with water prior to mixing, but I didn't. I forgot. Now it's too late. So we're going to guess 8 ounces. Be right back. All right, I've got 8 ounces of resin mixed. And make sure you scrape your sides down really well. That way it will cure properly. Now, I'm just using this black pigment I got on Amazon. There is no name on it. I have no idea. It came with a whole bunch of pigments as a set, so I do not even know what brand it is, but that's what I'm using. You just want to put enough in to make sure that it turns black. I mean, you can use mica powder, you can use acrylic paint if you want. It doesn't matter what you choose to color your resin with, it's going to come out no matter what. Generally, I like to use mica powders, but since the black is only going to be seen on the back, I didn't want to use the mica powder because you're not going to see that iridescent shine that it gives. Nobody's going to really be looking. Now you could tell if you have enough. See how you could still see the white on the stick? Definitely need more pigment because you don't want to be able to see through it. And if you have to, if you can't, if your pigment is not good enough and it's still staying translucent, then you can add, which I might have to do, is add some mica powder to this, because I know my mica will get it black. It will definitely get it. But I wanted to see how this ink, I don't have a paste. I only have paste for white. I really need to get paste for black, but I haven't seen any. If any of you know where I can get it, I'm in Florida, so I really don't, I don't know. I don't know where to get black paste. I'm not sure if Let's Resin carries that or not. I'm going to add some mica powder to this just because I don't like how translucent it's coming out. Because when you use the Chameleon powders, you have to put a color in, or you're not going to get that, you know, that color change effect very well. If you use clear, it's really not going to show the color that's in that jar very well. See, this is much better. See, I can't see that white stick, and I try to use a white. I have several colors of these turning or stirring sticks, but I like the white ones because you could tell how well the colors are mixed in there when you're using the white. Just get it mixed up really well. I'm not using any specific brand resin. I'm just going to put a touch more in and then I'll be done. I generally will buy whatever resin is on sale, or I have a coupon for, or on Amazon, whatever's on sale. I am not loyal to any resin because they've all worked fine for me. I know some people have their favorites. I don't have a favorite. I mean, I just buy whatever's there. I shop, if I generally buy them off Amazon because they are a better price, but if I do go to like, what's it called, Michael's, I get lots of coupons from Michael's, so sometimes I'll get 40% off of their resin because it's not one of those things you can't use a coupon for. So if I can get a coupon, that's where I'm going to use it. Okay, just going to put this away so it doesn't spill. Now I mixed up 8 ounces. I'm assuming 4 ounces or 2 ounces in each cup, but we'll see. So we're just gonna carefully pour this in and let it sit overnight. I will take my little silicone pen and kind of go around that edge. Oh, that's definitely domed. I hope I have enough, or I will have to mix up some more. Maybe I'll push it in because that one is almost overfilled. I should have been looking from the side and I was not. So now I know. So I used just over 4 ounces, so I should have enough. That one, almost the perfect amount actually. Before I scrape this out, I just want to make sure I'm not overfilling anything. I know I almost overfilled that first one. I might actually take some out. I kind of want them all to be the same thickness. Just want to push these into the edge. So that's, I think what I'll do is, these two need just a tad bit more. Perfect, just about perfect. I'm gonna take a paper towel and I'm gonna dab it on top of that first one just to get some of it out. gonna let it soak in just a little bit. I'm just gonna do it probably one time. Then I'm gonna have to clean it up around the edge. See if I could push it in with this. I love these silicone pens, I guess you would call it. I'm not sure what you would call it. I use them for everything. I really, really like them. I'm just going to take it actually, go around the edge. I'm possibly taking off that mica powder that I painted on the inside, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. I just don't want any bubbles around the edge. Then I'm going to clean it up the best that I can. That way I don't have too much trimming to do when I take them out. And we will be able to unmold these tomorrow. Can't wait to see what they look like. I'm so excited to use this mold I've been waiting to use forever. I've just been so busy with other projects that I haven't gotten around to it. I'm going to take my little torch. Actually, let me try my heat gun first, because I don't want to ruin this brand new mold that I got from her with the torch. Popping all the bubbles. And of course it's not going to reach very well because I have it plugged in on the other side of the room. So I'm going to just try. I do not want to ruin my mold on the first try. Be very, very careful with a heat gun. I have ruined molds before, thank God. They were just cheap ones from Amazon. It didn't matter. This one I definitely do not want to ruin. I'm just going to go around with alcohol, or maybe I don't even need alcohol. I just want to wipe this edge so there's a lot less trimming. That looks good. I hope my arm's not in the way. Looks like it probably is. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how much I've covered until I see the replay. Trying my hardest to stay out of that lens. All right, I think that looks good. As you can see, let me pull the camera down. You can see the tops where it's floating. So I obviously had some loose. I did not see any loose, but that goes to show you, you're not going to see it all the time. All right, so we will see these tomorrow. All right, guys. The next day, it's been almost 24 hours. So we're going to unmold these one at a time, and then we will top coat them with a clear coat. So here's the first one. Oh, something happened right there. Looks like I didn't put enough. This one is the olive. So it actually looked white when it went on. And let's see if I can get the color change. It's really pretty. I just have to fix that one spot. I'm not sure if I can fix it now. See, here's the lip that the clear will sit in to make it the flat so you can set your cup on it. There's a couple little spots here that had bubbles, I see. Okay. And this one was the Galaxy. And this one looks good. You can see a little bit of purple and the blue. And the rim on this one came out pretty good. One bubble there. I wonder if I could tape that up. Maybe I'll try to tape it when I fill it with the clear and see what happens. This one is the teal. Looks good too. I don't see much color change though. Well, a little bit of green to blue. I'm not sure if the camera will pick that up. And then the last one is champagne. They unmold really nice. And this one is purple and champagne color. I'm going to mix up some clear and get these filled with the clear so they could sit overnight and cure. Okay, be right back. Okay, a little bit of change of plans. I tried to fix this yellow one, gold one, I guess, and it didn't work. I tried to put tack-it glue on there and then some more of the Chameleon powder. That did not work. Then I tried to go over it with some Mod Podge glue and add some more Chameleon powder, and that didn't work. So I decided I'm going to scrap that one and not waste the clear resin over it because I don't think it's going to turn out right. So I'm just going to make that one over after I fill these other three. The other three I did tape up with masking tape, painter's tape, because they did have a couple little holes on the side and I didn't want them leaking out overnight while I wasn't watching them. So I'm just going to fill these. They're going to take about an ounce each of clear resin, and just make sure you spread it all the way to the side and make sure it's filled to the top of the rim. And make sure all the little ripples are covered before you walk away. Then I'm going to take the rest of this resin and I'm going to add more black into it and fill a new one. So I decided I think what happened was because it goes on white and you can't really tell, I don't think I put it on thick enough onto the mold. So I'm going to put it on extra thick on here and then just shake it off when I'm finished. Well, I already put it on. You didn't see me on camera, but I already painted it on there and then I shook it off. But I just really, really put it on good because I did notice on the one that's already done, I could see some black through it. So I don't think that I put a good coat on. So if you don't have a colored one like this one being white, just go over it extra good because you don't want to have to do this again and waste more resin. But I want a full set of 4, so I'm going to go ahead and do it over again. And then I'm going to just take the torch and I'm going to pop all the bubbles and I'm going to let them sit overnight. And I'm not going to bore you with filling this 4th one when it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and get it finished tomorrow, let it cure. And the next scene, you'll see the finished product of all 4 of them done. I do appreciate you watching the video. And if you don't mind, I would love for you to subscribe to my new channel to get it going and help me keep creating some more tutorials for you guys. Thank you all. See you later.